This is Urdizzle. Welcome back to Chapter 2 of my Zero to Hero series. And we finished off Chapter 1 by getting 3 stars on all the courses. And so my bag to begin Chapter 2, for those that don't remember from the last video, we've got the Accurate Windbreak Fuse, which is also my main putter, the Accurate Windbreak Explorer, the Accurate Glide River. I actually prefer the Accurate Windbreak, but we don't have one of those yet. The Accurate Windbreak Musket, and then the longer discs, the Wind, Ballista, and of course the Ballista Pro with no attributes. So those were the discs that were able to get me through all the Frozen Valley and Keho and all those harder ones. So now that we venture out of the Challenge of the Valley mode, we're going to go into, starting off here, the daily tournament. And a couple things to point out when I go through these. This is double speed, because I'm going to play several rounds here and I don't want to do it at normal speed. Otherwise, these will be way too long. But we're going to try to acquire some coins and try to level up and see if we can get some additional discs. And I think one of the things you're going to notice early in these videos is when you level up, the early levels like Ballistas and Ballista Pros and those good drivers aren't even available till level 21. And I think what I'm probably going to end up doing in Chapter 2 is at some point, I think the developer of the game is going to kind of tweak the settings a little bit to make it easier to level up. But I'm going to walk through just a couple things playing. So here, the daily tournament. And so far, so good. I've got a couple eagles and a par. And then on Coyote Canyon here, I kind of got myself buried behind that big rock formation, and was not able to hit that. So we are going to end up with a par for hole 4. And normally in a daily tournament that might warrant a reset, but here my goal is just to get elite status, get the coins, get the experience, and then kind of move on. We're not really trying to take first place or get the top score. So we're okay with that par, but no bogeys. That's not going to cut it. And so, honestly, and then, so here, Ballista Pro. I think when I had played Coyote Canyon the first time, I did not have the Ballista Pro. I had the Ballista, and just that little extra distance is able to bring that one into play. That is actually hole 7 from Coyote. And so being able to birdie that consistently does make a huge difference. So then we shift over to Crow's Nest, and Crow's Nest is one of my favorite courses. I know it's kind of old school, but I just love it. It's just my type of course. So I think if we can hit this, and not quite. So close, but not bad. But I feel pretty confident. And again, I have a bad habit of doing this. I don't really check the scores I need ahead of time. It's just force of habit. But here, throwing the musket, that's a pretty easy shot. So I think we should be able to reach elite status with an 11 under there. I think we got it by a stroke, if I remember. And I actually missed it by a stroke. I'm not really worried about it though. I could get 200 more coins, but I'm not going to mess with it. I'd prefer kind of moving on and checking out some of the other stuff. So we did level up, our first level up from level 0. And again, most of these, I don't think anything in the first 10 to 15 levels is going to be anything that I'm going to use. So these level ups are just going to be a little frustrating. Our main goal here, I think, if we're going to acquire discs that I'm going to use, is checking out the cash shop. And this is actually something I didn't realize. I only had a few low-level discs there. I didn't realize, and I think this was in one of the announcements on the Facebook page, that you actually have to level up to get access to some of those better discs. And I guess that makes sense. You don't want someone that's level 1 being able to buy, a Ballista Pro, but I did not realize that I don't have access to that. All right, so for the rest of this video, we're going to shift into the AI tournaments, and I think it just makes sense to start off with easy C tier here, the Marshmallow Cup. And it was my only option for this particular setup, but I could have retired and tried to get another C tier to pop up, but that's no point in doing that. And this video is double speed, just like the daily tournament, just to make things a little easier to look at, because this is going to be 2 more rounds. So we started off with the Eagle hole 1, Birdie hole 2. 3 wind here. This is going to be a tricky one to get. Yeah, see that? 150. And I could possibly throw this in with a forehand, but having a Ballista Pro with no attributes, no glide, no big skip, that's just going to be kind of tricky to get to that hole in basically a 3 head crosswind. All right, hole 4. We should have some easy ones here. Again, I'm trying to ace those. Oh, that very easily could have missed. All right, this hole's going to be a little tricky. I'm not sure which one. I'm going to throw the ballista. That was just awful. Holy crap. Oh, yuck. So I'm most definitely going to have to tweak that a little bit because that is not the disc I want to use for that. I don't know if the wind ballista will be enough to get over there, so we might have to go into practice mode and check that out. But again, this is a C tier. I'm not going to have to do anything fancy. If this was an A tier, I might have already restarted to make sure I would win. Let's see, hole 7, blueberry. So this is a pretty easy setup. I mean, obviously with the C tier, you're not going to get any of the hard courses. They're giving me a little, oh geez, even parred that one. That was so bad. So we're getting the Oak Hill, Sunshine Glade, and Blueberry combo. All right, now this one I do have enough discs to get there. I think I can eagle this one. I just need to make the throw in. I missed that one too. So you can tell I'm a little off, and I can't really blame the discs because I mean some of those are my main discs, but I basically just gave away 3 strokes right there. So I would not be surprised if I was not in first place. So let's see what we are sitting at after round 1. So round 1, 8 under, and yeah, I'm 1 shot out of first, but I mean, I can clean that up very, very easily. And so I'm guessing, and some people have kind of tracked these AI tournaments. I haven't really played a lot of these, so I don't know all the courses. And some of these tournaments have the same holes. Some of them have random holes from these specific courses. So I'm pretty sure this is now going to be Blueberry, Sunshine, and Oak Hill. Again, 3 random from each of them. And so we'll see. Let's see if we can correct this now. Oh, that was not a good shot either. At least we're not out of bounds. And we're going to go with my forehand. Bam. So that was kind of fortunate. And then same Oak Hill hole that I eagled, hole 1 of round 1, and we're going to get it again. So yeah, so I could give you a play-by-play, but these are all pretty routine holes. So again, playing these AI tournaments, the idea is when you are an early, low-level player, you are not, if you've gone through the Challenge of Valley courses like I did in my chapter 1 of the series, you've already got some pretty good discs. You've already got 3 accurate windbreak discs, the Fuse, the Explorer, and the Musket. You've got a decent river. You've got your Ballista and your Ballista Pro. So you've got a pretty solid bag to work with. You are not going to be getting any good discs from level ups. So your focus shouldn't be leveling up. It should be on getting coins and acquiring discs through the store. Although, based on what we've seen, you're going to have to level up to get access to some of those good ones. So hopefully in future updates, the developer kind of changes the format a little bit and gives people easier access to not necessarily coins, but experience to get you those level ups. And I'm cleaning house now. I was only 1 shot out of first going into this round, and yeah, we're going to take this down. I wasn't even paying attention to the score, but I bet I'm up like 4 or 5, maybe 6. So finish off there, a nice 10 under round, and we won by 7 strokes. So that is it for episode 1 of chapter 2, where again, this is the Hero to Zero series, chapter 2, where we venture into the AI tournaments and seeing how we can level up and gain the coins that we need to be successful. So next episode, we'll look at maybe playing another C tier or possibly jumping into the B tiers and just kind of seeing how things play out. And after this video, I'll probably go back and play the daily tournament again just to get those extra 200 coins. And I'll see you again in episode 2.